Good morning. This is Pastor Jason of Kona Faith Center with the word for today. And the word for today is servant. The kingdom of God definitely operates by a different set of principles than the world. The way up is down, less is more, now and not yet, give to receive. The greatest of all is a servant of all. Jesus calls us to the life of servanthood. I'm not sure that any of us in the West really understand this. The closest thing in our lives to a servant is working for someone else. But even in working for someone else, we don't make ourselves subservient to them. If we don't like something, we quit and move on. We're always giving our opinion about everything. Jesus said he came as a servant. Therefore, we are to be servants. I think this is one of the most difficult things to do, even though the idea is so simple that anybody can do it. The Lord made me. He formed me in my mother's womb. The Lord created everything. Everything, including me and you, belong to him. I am his servant. I need to listen to him. There's an implication in listening to him to respond in obedience to him without debate, without resistance. He called me. He chose me. He appointed me to go and bear fruit and fruit that remains. He made me. He helps me. He commands me to not be afraid. He will pour out his spirit on me. He will bless me. He will empower me. He will enable me to be what he made me to be, to do what he made me to do. I can be that good and faithful servant by his Spirit. Now, I long to hear those words, good and faithful servant, enter into the joy of your Lord. As I respond in obedience, as I serve, I will grow like a mighty tree. I will say that I belong to the Lord. And here's the idea that helps me to be the servant he has made me to be. I belong to him. He is the beginning, he's the end, he's the only God. Think, McFly, understand. He is God. Remember that I am his servant, that he made me. Know that he will not forget me. He has swept away my sins. So turn to him because he's the one that saves me. The Lord does great things. Listen to this. He makes messengers of his servants. He makes messages of his servants come true. He makes the advice of his messengers come true. Wow. Be his servant today. Say what he gives me to say and watch him do the work. Recognize that I am not my own. I've been bought with a price. I belong to him. I am a servant of the Most High God. He has called me to a life of service. Not my will, Lord, but yours be done. So don't lose my faith. Prepare for battle. Serve God by serving his people. Imitate Jesus. Be a servant today. The word for today is servant. God bless. Check in tomorrow.